Hello guys, Cool Yoshi here, and welcome back to Crash Team Racing Nitro Field 100%. In the last episode, we did the first 4 cups in cup race mode in arcade, and now we're going to go for all of the Crash Nitro Kart courses next. Unfortunately, because of a stupid glitch thing, actually, this is my second time recording this now. I actually failed to record this the first time because for some reason, OBS decided to be a frickin' annoyance and crashed completely. So it freaking shut down on me, which forced me to do a restart in order to fix it. So I lost the entire last part of the video, and the sound also permanently broke, and I wasn't able to stop the recording either because the desktop audio just wasn't working right because OBS froze for a second. So unfortunately, I have to restart the entire video from the beginning. I would have just ended the video right there, but I was in the middle of a track, to be fair, and I didn't want to do that. So this is going to be my second time doing Crash Nitro Kart courses, or at least all the cups. As a result, I will not be able to experience them in a blind manner anymore since I already saw them, but I am still going to act like I am new. So anyways, this new course that we're going in here, it's basically Crash Cove, but in Crash Nitro Kart. As you might have guessed, we can do drifts around this course a lot, so it'll be really nice to keep drifts around the area. Oh, I think I might be on medium, by the way. Did I say that I wanted to do all the courses on easy? Oh well, I think I kind of lied a little bit, I guess. When the game changes back to regular mode, the game sets it back to medium, or I don't know, it depends. I'll figure out in the standings, but yeah. So I ended up doing a restart of this entire game, of course, to try and fix that. That didn't work, and that's when I figured out that OBS broke, so I had to completely restart my computer to fix OBS, so it's pretty unfortunate. It was pretty much an OBS glitch and nothing else, so unfortunately there was no way for me to see that coming, so hopefully this time around we can not have that stupid glitch happen and actually be able to play the races just like I would normally. If it's medium, I honestly don't care. That'll mean one less course to do later. And easy is probably getting really boring anyways, so okay, it just says View Cup, so it doesn't say. So I'll have to wait until later to see that. I guess if I end up losing some races, oh well, it shouldn't be too bad, I guess, though. In easy, though, you normally lap the CPUs, so it depends. We'll see, though. I think it auto sets it to medium when you restart. If I done this on medium, not easy, that would have been really annoying though, because then I would have to restart. Thankfully, since I did already do it on easy, which was done in the previous episode, I could technically still do that. In an attempt to stay true to the word though, I will probably not do the courses on medium, but I think this is already on medium, so unfortunately I don't think I could skip that anymore. Yeah, I think this is on medium. Medium's not too different though. You get ahead of the CPUs still pretty easily, and they still don't really throw many good items at you. It's just that they're usually a little bit more closer this time around. Okay. Well, I guess now that I'm back into this, I'm gonna say a couple of things. Some of the Crash Nitro Kart courses are really good in this game. I like how they redid them. The music is also pretty decent as well. Music's always great in these kinds of games. Okay, there's the secret shortcut there. Cutting that turn a little bit. Okay, I'm actually still pretty far ahead, so I may actually still be on easy. And if it's on medium, then great, that's one less course to do. Oh yeah, I'm nearly lapping the other characters, I just noticed. Okay, I think I am still on easy actually. I went so fast that Dingodile didn't have time to say his line there. Okay then. Kinda sorry that this game... I'm really sorry, by the way, that this video decided to crash. As a result of that, I'm going to be going for a lot longer than I expected. I expected to be done by now, but I guess not, so... gonna back it up by recording. So basically the way I've been doing this is to try and do 3 videos at a time, but also as soon as possible. So that if something had to happen, I would still have a little bit of a leeway, so I can always record 3 videos at a time. But this is gonna get a little bit annoying though, because in the 3rd episode, I'm gonna throw a quick warning there. You may hear some sounds in the background. Those are my parents and most likely my other siblings coming back, so if you hear them, oh well. That's just an unfortunate thing about starting the last video a little too late. It'll be kind of alright for a while, but you may hear a little bit of noise, so do be cautious of that. In case you're wondering how to get for this course fastest, I prefer this route because it's much easier. This is obviously the easiest set of the Crash Nitro Kart courses, which makes sense, I guess. Always put the easiest first, and then save the hardest for last. Okay, we're doing pretty well. Sorry about if I'm not talking much. I kind of ran out of things to say after the last theme. Well, I guess now that I have this back, I guess I better fill in some of the random spiel I did before. One of the many things I like about the game is how the fact that they added so many more characters to the game that was previously available before. For example, if you look closely at some of the faces, one of the characters is actually Hunter, who was taken directly from the Spyro games, and he looks really good in this game. I like him. He, along with Spyro, are probably my second most favorite characters, other than Dingodile. The main reason I'm playing as Dingodile is, like I said, he's the most like Yoshi, but there is a dinosaur as well that many people used to call Yoshi as well. Okay, so this is technically faster, but you could potentially get switched, so it's kind of risky, so it's kind of, you can do whatever you prefer, I guess. You can sometimes hear the characters from the lower parts as well, since you'll be really close to them as a result of this. And in case you're wondering why the girls that normally appear at the end of each cup that you finish they are actually characters in this game now instead of just appearing there, which I actually kind of don't like. It's kind of a mixed opinion. It's nice because there's more characters, but I don't like it because they don't appear at the end of a race whenever you finish a cup or race in adventure mode. In the original Crash Team Racing, that is, they would appear there. I think it was probably for that reason that they were taken out and just moved as characters. At least they're still there, though, because if they weren't there, that would be a little bit unfortunate, I will say. And, oh, this is probably my favorite track so far, definitely. This is Crash Nitro Kart's final course against the final boss, Velo. This is his track, and this is a very long track that has you going through a bunch of different teleporters and stuff, and it's really crazy. It's one of the coolest looking final tracks in the game. And surprisingly, I think it looks better than Oxide Station just because of the fact that you go through teleporters in this. It's definitely a fun one. This is one of the many courses, like I mentioned, that I'm not flying for. I actually played this off screen with a friend once, so a little bit unfortunate that I didn't get to play that course fine, but hey, at least I got to play it fine once. It's definitely one of the cooler tracks, that's for sure. Very fun to go through all the little teleporters here. Even has Velo's face on the top as well, which is nice. Too bad that Velo isn't here anymore. My failed attempt or bad video that had the OBS crash, Velo was racing with us. Fortunately, we can't have that happen anymore because of obvious reasons, I guess you could say. Oh well, though. I feel like this is one of the tracks that really improved from Crash Nitro Kart. I know a lot of them did, but I feel like more than all of the other ones, this one looks the coolest out of the Crash Nitro Kart courses. I still can't say what my favorite course is, since I haven't played any of the bonus tracks yet, but we'll definitely try and play them as soon as we can. Oh, and yeah, I'm using the same customizations on Dingodile as I did before, so anyways, if you want to see me pick out those customizations for the first time, then look to my last video, that previous video, for more info on that, as that'll show me picking out my customizations from Dingodile. Of course, I am still playing as him and not a different character. I'm just customizing him this time around so that he looks a lot better now, and I like this skin on him. It's really cute. There are quite a few other panda characters as well. I know Polar has a panda skin, which in my opinion looks a little better. This one looks goofy though, and that's why I like it.
Hey, you call that racing?
Yeah, very fun for the most part, but anyways, that's one of the longer courses in this game. So if that was on medium, then that is really fortunate that we got one of the courses out of the way, but if so, then that means one less course we get to do for fun, which is, oh well, but hey, you gotta take what you gotta take sometimes. Things just happen. Yeah, not fun. Also, I think for a better opinion, I'm probably not gonna actually do any of these cups more than once. I think I mentioned in a video that I was going to do them on easy and medium, but that would get really boring on video because it's literally the same exact cups as before, only on a harder difficulty. It literally doesn't change anything except the CPUs, and it doesn't really make the difference. I feel like if I showed off several of these courses more than once, that would be a little bit bad. So I think after I finish the cups, I will actually ignore the rest of it and just go straight to time trials, meaning I will do all the other cup races later. Oh, no, it is on easy. Okay, so never mind. Yep, it is on easy. Okay. So let's see what this is. Aku Cup, that's good. So let's do this one. Just making sure that I didn't pick the wrong cup. In case you're wondering, the game broke on the game's OBS broke about the third cup, Uka Cup, at least on this video, on the last track of all things, Electron Avenue. Right as I was saying, it was one of my favorite tracks. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. I think it's just because I clicked on something maybe on accident I didn't mean to, or I think it was just a random problem. OBS does that sometimes. It's kind of stupid, but oh well. It is what it is, but at least this time we can get And now we have Electron Avenue, another one of the best courses in this game. Do be worried though, there's a train in the middle of the room that you have to evade. I recommend going on the sides of the course rather than in the middle, because if you don't do that, you'll get hit by the train and it'll be very painful. You can even get hit of it offside as well if you're not good enough, so do be cautious of that. Again, I could have done this on medium, but I prefer to do this on easy simply because of the fact that on easy, the CPUs don't deal with you as much, so it actually makes for a much better video. I would not really make a difference. It would still be a pretty fun video, as I may end up failing anyways, because some of the courses here are pretty difficult, especially the bonus tracks. I'm not looking forward to those, because those will still be blind, as I have not done that video yet. And that's kind of an unfortunate class, by the way, for OBS. If only I had kept it going for at least a few more minutes, I would have made it work. It's just too bad. Very unfortunate what happened. I don't like it one bit. Okay, going through this as fast as I can, but I will say the funnest part about this track is the flying cars that you get to see momentarily. That's probably my favorite part of this entire track. Those slugs are pretty hard to see, so it could be kind of tricky to evade them if you don't know where you're going. Goodness, that train was there. Thankfully we were able to evade it, thankfully enough. Again, I like these wider courses just because of the fact that you can keep your boost going for much longer. That's not fun. It's actually the first time in like a few races that I've hit an item and it actually sends me into a wall. Normally that happens to me much more on Mario Kart, where there's a lot more items to evade in general, but it can definitely happen in this game as well. I'm pretty sure everyone's had that moment where they get sent off into a cliff after And those bad things happening. Oh well, it's too bad though. I'm still kind of crazy that the game crashed on OBS crashed on Electronic Avenue. That's not fun, because that's my favorite track so far. Except for Hyperspeed Speedway. That's still my favorite course so far now, just because of looks. But that one definitely has some craziness going with that. We'll see that later when we do the Uka Uka Cup. Again, my apologies, I'm kind of in a bad mood from the crash of OBS earlier today. Also, get ready for Tiny Temple, also known as Super Boost Temple. I'm giving it that nickname because it has a purple boost that is on more than 90% of the panels, so again, you can keep the Super Boost for pretty much everywhere. And so anyways, looks like there's a mechanic with which fires stay on and which ones don't, so every time someone hits a little box, the fires change positions. Let's go on this secret here. Oh, immediately fell. I mentioned before that I would not go for that secret in the original video because of obviously failing, but now I kind of feel a little sad that I failed that, considering it's doesn't look as hard as I initially thought. I thought it was much harder than that. Of course, I ran right into the fire as a result of going too fast. And another TNT as well. Even got lit up by... Can I even hop correctly? Sheesh. This temple is going so bad right now. Which is too bad considering I had a really good tiny temple the last time I did this. Yeah, doesn't look like a fast shortcut. I think taking the outside is probably better. What I mean by this, purple mode is Tiny Temple has this boost mode, which you activate very early on. That is pretty crazy, and if you're good at the game, you can keep this purple going for the entire section. In my failed video attempt, as I'm going to call it from now on, I was able to keep it all the way through that fire section you just saw there, which is pretty nice. It's just another side effect of having good drift boosts for everything. Okay, good. Hopefully this time OBS doesn't crash on me. I'm just really hoping that it doesn't crash again, because that was really stupid. I'm not sure if it was my computer's fault for having too much stuff. I think it was just a random crash. So I easily could have gotten lucky and have it not happen, which is really unfortunate, because in all my Luigi's Mansion playthrough, I didn't have that happen. That would have been very unfortunate if it happened there, though, because the only way I could fix that, if the game crashes and I notice that, I have to pause the video and completely reload OBS and try the thing again, or something. I don't know. But, anyways, on to Thunderstruck, another cool-looking course. Oh wait, never mind. This is the one I was actually talking about originally. I actually spoke wrong, but this is the one that I like to call a purple boost area. Kind of a bad name for it, but there's two purple boosts that like very early on in the track, which is really goofy. Don't know why they included it, but it's pretty crazy. Jeez, I actually got targeted by a missile. Already a sign that RNG is starting to come in. And Oxide is also in this cup as well, or race rather. With a special skin as well. not hit that box there. In case you're wondering, Crash Nitro Kart introduced that new exclamation box where if you hit it, something will happen. In the cases of this course, the enemy who hammers you down changes once you hit it. Changes quite a few things. It's like basically a tech effect box. I don't mind locking into the wall. Usually that's a bad thing, but it's a good thing in the sense of you'll get more control afterwards, I think is what I really mean to say. Yeah, see, that changes who's throwing the hammer down. So now it'll be different the next time the CPUs and me come around. And if someone else breaks it, it'll change again. There we go, that's a little bit better. Wow, I kept to that fire for really long there, that was good. Okay. They really like keeping the left guy throwing the hammer down for some reason. Oh well. I'm not gonna complain. It was a good race still. Alright, what's the last track on this again? I kind of forgot. It's been a while. I believe it's not until the later courses where we start having a little replacements courses for not having all the Crash Nitro courses, so that means the fourth cup will actually be even more different than before, which is very interesting. Of course, since it also includes Hyperspeed Speedway, it still may be different yet. We haven't seen seen everything yet. Barren Ruins. Okay. This one I remember has these guys that walk around. Some of the biggest enemies to evade. And also, let's not forget the ice mechanics. The ice mechanics. Yes, the ice mechanics. I feel like they're most annoying on this course. Yeah, the first one's pretty easy to evade because it's in a big spot, but the other two are not in the easiest of spaces to evade. Oh, there's a secret to the right, by the way. I'm gonna try and do that when I get a chance. Again, most of this game is about keeping your boost for as long as you can. Okay, let's try and do it. We got it. The secret shortcut. It's a really good shortcut too, because it cuts out that one turn and the need to go past that enemy as well, or obstacle rather, I guess I should say. Not really many good spaces to find Wappa, unfortunately. I got stuck on one of these boxes the last time I played, by the way. I literally walked into the boxes and I got stuck on it, which is really weird. Oh gosh, now I have to skip the car because I decided to be an idiot and drop a box right in front of me. Annoying.
You call that racing?
Okay, let's try and do it. We got it. The secret shortcut. It's a really good shortcut too, because it cuts out that one turn and the need to go past that enemy as well, or obstacle rather, I guess I should say. Not really many good spaces to find Wappa, unfortunately.
Mate, you call that racing?
Nice. Okay, we finished that course in decent time, which is nice. Because we took a little bit longer in the last episode that we did. I mean, the last attempt I had. I'm not going to stop saying that, it seems like. Hopefully Uka Cup goes well this time so I can actually have a good video. Because I'm definitely not re-recording that again. And if I find out that it's glitched from now on, I'm probably going to just end the video off early and then pause where I left off to finish from there. If I'm doing another game. But for this game, not so much. I don't know. It depends on what game I'm playing. My next playthrough for sure, though, I'll probably just pause the game if that happens. Because of that, I'm going to pay attention to both screens a little bit more, as well as the audio, just to make sure it doesn't bug out again. Jeez Louise. That's the second time the game's audio broke, and then the first time I actually fixed it, but for some reason the game's weird sound audio broke completely, and I didn't... This ding sound you heard wasn't there originally in one of my previous Avenger Mode videos. Surprisingly, that didn't break all of the videos, so I think the video's still good. As far as I know, the video still moved correctly. But after that first trick, while it didn't break the music fully, it was able to catch back up eventually. It was just really unfortunate what happened, though. Very annoying, to say the least. And then after that, the ding sound effect and sound effect wasn't playing properly. Which was really weird. Like, there's been so many weird glitches in this game so far. And the second one wasn't even my fault. It was literally OBS crashing, which is unfortunate. Also, here's Boogie, Jungle Boogie, also known as Shortcut Jungle. Except it would be nice if I could actually not get stuck there. I honestly don't know what I got stuck on, but it's bad. So anyways, the reason why I call this the Shortcut Jungle, because you could do this really long, easy shortcut at the beginning. That's really easy to do. Okay, that's what normally happens during the shortcut, which is kind of strange that it did that, but oh well, can't complain. Okay, I'm gonna show the regular route now, I guess. It's a little bit safer. I think I got stuck on the rock. That was the problem there. But I couldn't even see what I was getting stuck on because of the camera angle there being a bit screwy, which is too bad considering this camera is usually good. Rarely is bad. And now I'm going to lap these characters. Lapped about 3 of them there. Nice. Okay. I think that I heard a little audio buzz, but I think that's alright. That is obviously the fault of my headphones being a little bit bad. Someday I'm gonna probably purchase some new ones, because these are getting a little bit old and are starting to break quite a bit. I don't like it. So I want to find some new ones that don't suck, I guess I could say. Of course, that's kind of a hard thing to say, seeing as how these headphones were good for the first little bit, and then they just started having bad problems later. I'm not sure what happened. But my computer has a central part, you know, where I plug in the headphones. That, for some reason, doesn't work with the headphones. Also, this is another track that has a lot of purple boost in it. A lot. And a little shortcut there as well. So already we got 2 purples. So as a result, it's very difficult to control in here. So, forget what I said about the purple jump course. This is what I actually meant. There's so many purple boosts here. It's absolutely insane. I think Deep Sea Speedway, more than any other area, has more purple boosts than any other one. So, anyways, as a result, it becomes very hard to go around this course effectively. And that part that you saw there is one of the hardest things to evade in the entire game. Strangely enough, just because of how fast you're going. It's almost impossible to control it good. So, yeah. This one, too, if it's in the wrong spot, can get you as well. I'm pretty much forced to go on the far left and pray that it's not terrible. If you're going for a quick run, I believe going around the outside is better, just for the purposes of sets up your boost a little bit easier. And use the double one again. Oh, I evaded it this time. Slowed down, but I evaded it at least this time. This is a really cool, this is another really cool Crash Nitro Kart course. This is one of probably a lot of them that is actually kind of bad in the Game Boy Advance version, but really good in the original because of its looks and effects that happen. Oh, and we are catching up to the CPUs because we heard them again from the back line. Okay, we evaded that again. We got hit by the easy part, but we evaded the other parts for some strange reason. Okay then. That's fine though. Alright, well, on to the next race then. Sorry, I don't really have much to say to these courses anymore, but I will have more to say when we get to Electron Avenue. So far, that's actually probably my favorite course. Forget Hyperspeed Speedway, which is Veal's track, by the way. It's still really cool, but I like the Electron Avenue better. It's really cool looking and is really flashy and has these insane jumps. Overall, it's one of the best courses in Crash Nitro Kart as a whole. This one is much better in the original though, because in the original, you could go up the timer in this course, and it was really fun to do, but guess what? You don't get to do that anymore, which is kind of unfortunate that they decided to do that. A little unfortunate, to say the least. So the Golden Wampa's pretty tricky to catch, as you need to pretty much go fast enough away that you don't get away from it. But there you see, we actually go inside the croc rather than over it, which I prefer because it was really cool. I watched videos of that course in the original game, and that's one of the... But this is one of the courses that looks a lot better in the original, just for that one unique effect compared to everything else. Okay. So that exclamation box back there more than likely just changes which jump you go off of, or can go off of, rather. Goodness, I'm missing both of the boosts now. Oops. the wall. Oh, and there's the classic. I'm surprised that hasn't happened a lot, where I run off into where I hit an item that I don't see, because obviously the CPUs read random items on the second and third laps. While the first lap is always the same, the third lap are random since the CPU leave items to the tracks. And sometimes those can hit you off into the pits. It's actually the first time that's happened so far doing the cup races overall, I think. Which is kind of interesting, considering that's normally not terribly hard to do. In case you're wondering what that Golden Wampa does, if you get it, that's basically a new mechanic that got introduced into this game. If you get Golden Wampa, you instantly go to 10 Wampa instantly, but it's very tough to do so because the Golden Wampa moves very fast and you pretty much have to play a chase game with it in order to catch it. Okay, we made that look easy. Alright, now for the final track in this cup, Electron Avenue. Probably my favorite course in all of Crash Nitro Car, at least originally. They're not including the bonus tracks. We're gonna get to those in a later video. Probably the next video, actually. Yeah, definitely. We'll try our best. Again, I'm really hoping that the game doesn't crash again, because holy crap, I'm just so anxious now. Let's just hope for the best. Electron Avenue. You can easily see what makes this course cool, and it already starts with one of the best jumps ever. Whoops, hit the Duran boost. I actually fell behind the CPUs just because of that dumb reason. I'm surprised that hasn't happened in some of the earlier courses. Of course, it had to happen here of all places. Okay, well, now I'm back in the lead, but that was kind of annoying. So, I guess one thing I did forget to mention, regardless of which difficulty the CPUs are on, they're the hardest to deal with at the beginning, because that's where they can really screw you with RNG. Of course, in the adventure mode, that was pretty crazy. We got screwed by RNG a couple of times, and there were even a couple of times where one character was mysteriously fast, so I assume it was kind of on a mix between easy or medium. Sometimes they just sometimes a random character just ends up going really fast for some reason. It's really strange, so it could be a rubber banding, it could be not. I originally thought this game didn't have rubber banding, and yeah. Also, that's the hardest of the chick beams to evade in the entire game. You can't really tell where it is. You pretty much just have to yell into it and hope it fast enough to make the cycle. Random items everywhere. Already, that's the second time I've not done that part of the track perfectly, and I'm kind of fussed about it. And another one. Oh my gosh! Stop hitting items, for crap's sake, Dingodile. Actually play the race properly. Keep in mind, all of these are random, so this is kind of unfortunate that they're all in our path. Or it could just be that bad. That's probably the actual reason, but hey, this is only my second time doing this. But yeah, this is one of the coolest tracks overall, and I like it for that reason. It's also one of the longest tracks of the entire game. Again, I can't figure out what to do here. So I'll just fall off. I'll just go ahead and fall off to reset the thing so that I can keep going. again, I broke that in the most awkward of times. Okay, I think we're doing really well. Oh yeah, what am I thinking? We're always doing really well because the CPU is terrible, right? Okay, that time I was able to react this time around. Someday I will learn how to do that better, but for now we got through it and no crash this time, thank goodness. Ugh. I will say that's probably one of the most unfortunate things that happened right there with OBS crashing and whatnot, so the next two videos go a little bit better. I honestly don't know if it was an extra process that caused it. It was probably just completely random, because it never did that during any of my Luigi's Mansion playthrough runs, but then of course it had to do it here because OBS decided it wanted to be stupid today for some reason. It's just unfortunate. Can't change it, unfortunately. Toxide's in a pretty silly costume, by the way. Looks goofy. Okay, now for the actual cup that I haven't done yet for once. Okay, so now to Lost Cup. This is gonna have a couple of new courses as well as some of the last courses from the Crash Nitro kart. But a lot of them are new, so I guess I will look out for it now as I go on. Keep in mind, the original Crash Nitro kart only had 12 courses initially. I think there was originally planned to be 16 in there at some point, but then they trimmed it down to 12 at the last minute because they didn't have enough time, I guess. Is what it is. Okay. Hopefully this one goes good, though. Clockwork Wampa, this one is also in Crash Nitro kart. This is one of the most difficult tracks in Crash Nitro kart as a whole. There's lots of madness going on in this one, and very many ways of falling off in this one. Jeez, a little pitfall opened up in front of me. Goodness. So there's literally a trick where... Oh, and immediately another pit. Wow. Yeah, I'm doing pretty terribly to begin with. Not even getting a single shortcut, and as a result, I'm falling behind the CPUs. Of course, that's what you expect for a blind course, and also why I set the difficulty to easy in the first place, because, did they all just fall off there? They all just fell off there, didn't they? Wow, Clockwork Wampa is absolutely brutal. Let's try and play it a little bit more safer and actually not fall off, maybe. Probably shouldn't have told you that you could fall off pretty easy in this course, because, of course, when that happens, I would always fall off, because why not? And immediately I fell off again, goodness. This is like the Rainbow Road of Crash Team Racing right there. So easy to fall off. Okay, so that box that I hit there, I have to evade. Okay, well, I went the right way this time, so that's a good. Whoa, that nearly hit me there. Tried to, like, stop me, but then it didn't hit me at all, which is kind of weird. Okay. From the looks of it, everyone else is also falling off this place as well, so it's just a really tough track, I guess. Yeah. Screw Clockwork Wampa. Okay, here's the secret shortcut that you could take that skips the entire annoying part of that. Okay, can't do that without boost, but it's fine. We don't need that boost. And there we go, we didn't fall off that time. That was a very bad start, but I made it up in the second half. Blind playthroughs will do that to you sometimes. Falling off. I remember that being one of the worst tracks in, oh, at least hardest tracks in Crash Nitro Kart. When I watched a multiplayer race of it, people were falling off like crazy. It's absolutely insane for how many times you fall off. It's been kind of made better in this game by being able to dodge it, but you could still fall off pretty easily with all this stuff, like, especially the central pit in the little middle, like, it doesn't give you much time to react at all to that, so if you don't move right away, you just get stuck like crazy. And in that game, the speed characters were kind of bad too, so that was not fun. Anyways, and now we're back at Oxide Station. I forgot to mention that Oxide Station is one of these courses, so it's actually the same course that we did before. It just ended up here instead of in, I believe it was one of the last cups normally in the original game. But now it's here for some reason. So obviously it's going to be really easy because Oxide Station, compared to everything else in this cup so far, doesn't have as much jumps. I do like this jump though, but other than that, there's not really much way to fall off except in this part. I've fallen off once before. You can also keep purple for this course as well. I also forgot that Von Clutch existed. I just recently learned that Von Clutch is a very interesting character. He's actually from probably arguably the worst Crash racing game ever, Crash Tag Team Racing. He was the main character plot of that game. Basically, Crash Tag Team Racing is a game where Crash and Cortex kind of go at it for a little while, and then they crash into Von Clutch's playground or little amusement park, and it's up to them to fix the amusement park, and whoever is able to fix the amusement park by getting enough Christmas pistols first will win complete control over the park, which of course Cortex wants because he wants to rule the entire world, of course, so why would he not do that? And you're sent to play with him. So yeah, Von Clutch is one of the main characters in that game, and you can also play as him, too, so of course, he's a playable character. That was a very bad biolocation, by the way. That's literally right in the spot that I normally go. If I try to avoid it, I'll go too wide. If I go towards it, I'll just run into it. It's very unfortunate, to say the least. again, all of the item locations are random. Of course, a Nitro randomly on that jump. Sheesh, so one of the CPUs must have gotten really lucky and got a lot of items, which means bad luck for me, because there's a lot of Nitro crates now, and I don't like that. So bad luck already. I'm actually not used to seeing Nitro crates. Usually there's none on the course, because the CPUs are pathetic and never get them. I guess it makes sense though, because there's lots of boxes with Wumpa Fruit in this one. Jeez, they're literally everywhere. Gus, I don't think I've avoided a single Nitro crate so far. Come on! Stop trolling me, game, with your random RNG and actually let me pass. Jeez Louise, this was a bad race as a result of that. Last few times I did this race, I didn't even have to deal with that, so that was unfortunate. Probably my worst race on Oxide Station by a mile. Hopefully the next two races make up for it. These two, by the way, are new races to the game, so this is where things start getting absolutely crazy. I think I may remember one of the races, but other than that, I don't, know much, unfortunately. It's kind of unfortunate to say the least, but it is what it is, I guess. But hey, at least it'll be a new challenge for me. Alright, Twilight Tour. Yep, this is a bonus track. This is a new track that was introduced with the patches of Steam Racing, Nitro Field. So this is mostly going to be new as a result, so yeah. Expect me to fail play a bit, but it is what it is. Okay. I like the theme of this place, it's really cool. I honestly don't know what to expect. Wow, this course looks amazing. So this is the first of the actual bonus tracks, I guess. That's nice. Okay. It did say I would do all the bonus tracks as well, so here they are. So this looks like it came straight out of Crash 3 and the tomb-themed levels that would appear in that game momentarily. Okay. Remembered that this time around. Okay, well now that I know how to go around it, it shouldn't be that bad. If I could remember the pit locations, that is. Geez, that pit... This is probably the hardest part to go through there, the spot with the pits from not remembering where they are. This actually has like kind of a mix of the two worlds from Crash 3 Warped. I believe that's what inspired this track, because it looks really similar to Crash Warped. Like it has the Arabian guys from the Arabian themed levels in Crash Warped, but it also has the desert and entrance from the tomb levels in Crash V as well, and I know that because of that Cortex face right there. That isn't already a cue to that this is definitely inspired by Crash 3 of all games, which is one of the games included in the remake Crash Insane Trilogy, so I guess it makes sense to include this track. Okay, looks like, thank goodness I didn't fall into those pits. yeah, Crash Free is the first thing that comes to mind when I see these levels, so I really like this one as a result of that. How was I even supposed to see that? That freaking bottle beaker just blended right into the area. I was not able to see that whatsoever, which is too bad. That race was pretty much clean until that point, and then I had to hit that, of course. Sometimes the CPUs just destroy me. While they aren't necessarily hard to beat, they destroy me in terms of they hit items for me to hit all the time, and it's really annoying, and I don't like it. Ugh. Please let that not happen anymore. Like, how was I supposed to see that? That was literally in the middle of a light area. It blended into the cover palette. It could be just me, but yeah. Also, this episode's going a little bit longer than expected because of me wanting to get 4 tracks done, but don't worry, it'll be made up with the next video, which is going to be a little bit shorter in comparison. Yeah, very fun. Prehistoric Prayon, this is also bullish track. From the looks of it, is based off of the cave levels in Crash Free. Okay, I'm gonna look at the track a little bit more to see where I have to go. With these new tracks, I need to figure out where, oh boy. That's a little secret on the side there. Okay, and, this is right. Yeah. I swear, that one part, by the way, with the water just reminded me of Mario Kart for the GameCube, of course. I forget what track it is since it's been a while, but I know there's a dinosaur course in one of those games that also appears here, I guess. That's what this course is inspired from, but otherwise this course is more than likely inspired from the ancient cave levels or prehistoric levels in the Crash Free. I'm guessing some of the Nitro crates that got left behind were more than likely mine, I'm guessing, but other than that, I don't really know. Kinda just jumped over the water there. Oh, there's a random Nitro crate again. Okay, so those don't, wipe you out like they do in Mario Kart, they just send you upwards, which I guess is a cool fact. Goodness, a bird just mysteriously appeared out of thin air there, and it looks like we have a new shortcut. I'm not gonna take that until probably lap 3. I want to try any shortcut shenanigans until we've played this course enough times. Obviously, this is not going to be the only thing we see of the courses. We're going to do these courses in Platinum Relic time trials as well, trying to earn the Platinum Relic, but I'm not necessarily going to be going for it on video. I'll just try and get as many Platinum Relics as I can with that, and then once I get that done, we'll just finish stuff. I thought the sound got silenced again, but no, apparently the game's just so loud that it ended up being like that. Okay, that's actually... whoa. Never mind, that little hole almost threw me off. It seemed like a little easy trick to do. Cut out a lot of the track. Oh. Nope, not today, Beaker. I'm pretty tired of getting hit by all of the items, so I prefer to just finish the race here. And with that, I think I'm going to end the episode right here, and after the results screen appears, Leave a like if you guys enjoyed this video, comment, rate, subscribe, and in the next video, we're going to be finishing off the bonus tracks by doing the ever-free tracks as well. I did say that I was going to complete it, and even though the OBS may have crashed, I'm still not going to be denied my videos, so I'm going to play them. So anyways, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, comment, rate, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video, just as soon as this result screen completes.
Dingo, dingo, dingo.
And with that, we'll end the episode. Leave a like if you enjoyed, comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.